All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Oh God, I did not expect to hear myself for a second. Um, anyways, hello, everyone. It's been a bit. So, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. You're probably wondering why it's been so long. Well, uh, I mean, you can see in the announcements, the Wi-Fi sucks. Like, I recently moved. And the Wi-Fi currently sucks here. Uh, that's basically it. I've been basically fighting with the apartment I'm at to try and get my Ethernet going. But I mean, there's a whole process. Like you have to, oh man, you have to like first of all, I had to get a splitter because my one USB-C slot is currently taken. Um, and like my Ethernet port is broken, so I've been using USB-C to Ethernet. So I had to get a splitter because I needed to have both my headset and the Ethernet plugged in at the same time. So I got that. That finally got. Oh, hello, we just got science. Nice. So that got delivered, and um, so got everything working, and then I hook it up, and it connects to the Ethernet server. It doesn't connect to the internet. Like it says I have no internet connection. I'm like, huh, that's weird. So I contacted my apartment, and they were like, oh, you have to register your device. And I'm like, great, cool. So registered my device, um, did everything it told me to do, waited like an hour, even though they said it should only take like 15 minutes. Still no internet connection. So I messaged them back, and I'm like, yeah, it's still not working. So I'm just waiting on them to get back to me. So, with that said, I have absolutely no idea what we're doing. um, so we need to do some MUN stuff, which I'll probably do off stream. Need to do some rescue missions. We need to explore Eve, which we're in the process of doing. This is probably not going to happen if I'm being realistic, but we'll try. Keyword, we'll try. Oh yeah, there is this guy in orbit of the MUN. Could be interesting. We need to go to Duna. We also need to go back to Gilly, which is going to be interesting. Do we have a transfer window planned? We have both. Cool. We have this transfer window. We have all of this. Yeah, these guys are going to be waiting a while. That's fine. Oh, you know, I also don't have my notepad out with any mission names, so I believe that we had a mission that's gone to Duna already. I think so. I think it was the Gallium was the Duna series. So, but we do have a transfer window to get to Plock, which might be kind of interesting to try. But in the meantime, I kind of want to try this mission. And maybe we can get some more. Maybe we can get some other Kerbals on the way back. So, I mean, this is going to be tricky because of the way I want to do this. But let's try it anyway. So, how many Kerbals are we rescuing? 1, 2, 3, 4. And I believe all of these are in similar orbits. Let me double check. So Burlow, Sharam, and Hadgan. Let's check. Okay, so you are there. You are in a let's see, 24 minutes, 9 minutes. You are in a prograde orbit. You are in a prograde orbit. And you are in a prograde orbit. Okay, so I don't know why that one's 2 stars. That's interesting. And then let's see the mun. Where is... Okay, so you're there. You're in kind of an elliptical orbit, and it's slightly inclined, but that's not too big of a deal. Set that flag there. I can hide the flags for a minute. Also, the audio is really loud for me. I hope it's not as loud for y'all. But someone let me know if it is too loud. But, so we need to design a craft that is capable of carrying 4 Kerbals. And this is technically a Curtis craft, so let's see what version of that we are on. Looks like we are on the Curtis 13. So... Alright, so I'm going to actually start with... Ooh. Actually... you have a crew capacity of 4, but you are a cockpit, which is not quite what we're looking for. I could do a Mark II and then a lander can, just have it be a little weird looking, which I think is what I'm gonna do. So, you know, it's slightly weird looking, but oh well. And then on top of here, do I want this on top or do I want it? No, I'm gonna have it underneath. Another thing I could do is actually just slap a battery, not there. I can just slap batteries in here actually. So let's do snapping off actually. And then I'll slap some RTG. I want them rotated. Something like that. Close those doors. And then I am going to go ahead and put some struts here. Just to be safe. And then we of course need a remote guidance unit up here, which is slightly too big. I could put a large remote guidance unit. So let me take away this for a second. And go like that. Hello, Tom. Okay, and then aside from that, we want a Mark 16 parachute. We want 2 these guys, and then 2 of these guys. You know what? It might be worth actually doing 3, since we're going to be carrying a pretty hefty payload back home. So I am going to put another parachute here. Oh, and actually, yeah, what I'm going to do, this is going to look weird. I'm going to block off this hatch. And you might be asking, well, why? I also want to make sure that there's no crew in here. Because we have a second point where we can enter from right here, and we can just transfer crew back and forth. So, that is what I will be doing. Make sure that these are the right parachutes. Yes. And then I'll probably put solar panels on this lower part. Something I would like to do is I am gonna put a decoupler below this, and force percent is fine. That should work how I want it to. And then I'm gonna put one of the... Actually, would this be enough? No, not even close. I'm gonna put big inflatable heat shield. And then can I still put a decoupler below that? Yes, it just needs to be this one. Like, yes, you can jettison this heat shield, but I'm worried that it's not going to quite work like I want it to. Actually, if I stage the jettison, then it should work. And I want to make sure that the center of mass is pulled towards this end. Not quite. So what I think I'm going to do is add maybe a couple of these guys. That's not going to pull it down at all. I add these, it will, but even then. I technically need the center of mass without this. Oh, is there a attachment point there? There is. Fascinating. Why is that? Oh. Oh, I guess because you can have this as a rover. Tell you what I'll do. Alright. If needed, I'm just gonna have these like whack RCS blocks here. I should probably be auto-strutting all this as well. I'm not gonna auto-strut the heat shield though. Let's see here. Alright, so then below that, this is going to need quite a bit of delta V, actually. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually pack, just do a 16 here for now. I can get rid of center of mass. With a couple of these guys on the side. Oh, and you know what? I need, where is it? I think it's in coupling. I actually need a couple of these, so. That's gonna offset it a lot, isn't it? Yeah, okay. So actually what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have this guy up here. We're just gonna have to hope that these 4 parachutes are enough. Keyword hope. But I also want this to be the silver version. I'm gonna do 8, actually. Just because I can. I'm gonna clip those in slightly. Alright, and then below this guy, I of course will just do a poodle. If I can find it. These are tanks, that's probably why I can't find it. Do I want the single bell? Nah, I'll still do the double bell. And that'll be 2415. That should be enough. Over Kerbal it only has 1.27, but over the Mun it has 7.63, so I'm not worried at all. And this will be, let's see, return from the Mun. I guess I can go ahead and put a transfer stage on here. So just a small transfer stage. Also, I don't know why it's highlighting a bunch of stuff. That's strange. And for this, I'm just going to do another Rockamax 16. I'm going to do the gray one this time. And I could do a Wolfhound. I'm looking at thrust, not ISP. I might just do a Wolfhound here. These are very expensive, though. Like 3,000 compared to 1,300, but oh well. What are the variants of this? Just 2, alright. Because really all I want is for this to, well, let's see, 1050 versus 1024. It is slightly better, so we'll go for a Wolfhound. This will be our just our transfer stage, which should be enough to transfer and maybe get us part of the way into orbit. And then below here, we'll just do our orbiting and our lifting and orbiting stage. Let's see. So below this, I want a TD25. I think I am going to go ahead and put a fairing on here. So first of all, yeah, get me over Kerbal, get me sea level. And then I'm going to put a... I could go directly to 5 meter here, honestly, but I don't think that's necessary. Oh, you know what? I need solar panels, actually. So let's do... I'll do a couple up here. So we're already, like, basically just taking over this pod. And then I will do the actual, you know, foldable ones up here. I guess I could do the Oxstat 4L. Actually, I'll just do the... What's the price difference? Not that much. Let's do the 10Ls, and I'll put them... I don't need 8 of them. It's gonna make me do 8 if I get up there, so I'll do this. So I wonder if, first of all, let me strut this. You know what? I don't have an antenna on here. Let me grab just a... I don't even need this. I could probably just do... just a high gain antenna. I don't need 8 of them. Alright, and now we can build our fairing. I can't quite make it completely flat. That's fine. Alright, ugly fairing, but one of our fairing's not been ugly. Alright, and then below this, I want a Kerbal S3. And I'm wondering... Oh, you know what? I haven't put a single reaction wheel on this. Let me just take this down a little bit. Alright, that should be enough. Because we have RCS up here, so... like this. I don't know why the fairing is doing that. Being a little glitchy today. So... gonna do... Actually... Let me do this real fast. Let me grab a Kerbal S3 3600, I believe is the smallest we have. Yes. And below that, I don't think we actually have any, you know, massive engines. Oh, we have the Rhino. I mean, this will be deployed pretty high up, so that's fine. So I want to make sure all of this is auto-strutted, of course, because I like to abuse auto-strut. Alright, so that is... This is at sea level, yes? Okay. And then below here, oh, can I make this orange? I don't know if I can. I don't think I can change the color of the shroud. Oh well. I highly doubt just one of these is going to be enough. No, not even close. That's better. It's still not great. So I think I'm going to add a interstage tank here. Man, okay, this is, you know what, instead I'll just do solids. So I can lower this a bit, actually. I can lower it even further. Like probably there. Yeah, there-ish. So let me auto-strut all of this. Auto-strut you, auto-strut you, auto-strut you, auto-strut you, and all of these are auto-strutted. So, what is this thruster weight? 1.56. That's actually pretty good. In fact, I might need to thrust limit a couple things once I do this. In fact, let me go ahead and do some... Just gonna do some radial decouplers here. I know that's a little unusual. You know, I might... You know what I might... Wow, I cannot speak all of a sudden. What I may do is there is a thoroughbred twin-bore liquid fuel engine. It's not quite as efficient as, you know, some other engines. But what I can do is I can actually have this, because it has its own fuel system, I can have this feeding fuel into this tank. So first of all, let me get some pretty hefty nose cones here. And I don't get to use these that often, and I really like these. A lot of people don't like these because they aren't as efficient, but I really love the twin bores. I could not tell you why, I really like them. And what I want to do is have it like that, and then also have a fuel line feeding this engine's fuel into here. And then I also want some additional structural points. Of course. Now, this thruster weight is going to be absolutely insane. So I think I'm going to limit this guy to like 70. Which is going to bring that down pretty far. And then I want to limit each of these to like, let's try 85. Go even further to like 70 as well. Go even further to like 60. That's probably good right there. It is sort of adjusting like which of these is going to have, you know, more fuel. Now, the advanced canards did not go well last time. So I think I'm going to stick with the standards. And we're going to put it about there. And then I also want some of these. Alright, so let's save that. I want to make sure that we don't have any crew coming. Don't, okay. So custom 1 is going to be to deactivate all controls. And I know I'm doing this backwards from how I normally do it, but whatever. Custom 2 is going to be extend these, and I'm just going to extend these. I'm not going to toggle them, not going to bother, but alright, so that should be good to go. Staging looks good. We may end up ditching the fairing early, which is perfectly fine. I mean, everything should be good to go. Let me double check this staging up here. So that, no, that's not correct. You should be paired with this one. You should be paired with this one. Yeah, I was like, that did not look correct. Okay. That's correct. Alright, so let's try and launch this thing. I don't know how this is going to go, because it is a bit of an unusual design, but we shall see. Alright. A little bit of bounce. Definitely concerning. Gonna quick save. Full throttle, and launch. Alright, I'm gonna do a slow gravity turn. Alright, side boosters are already about to go. And I'm just realizing I forgot to put Separatrons on there, so that's actually really good that they didn't smack our craft. Alright, I'm gonna sit at about 30 for a little bit, because our apoapsis is still pretty low. I'm gonna go down to like 25. Alright, and I'm gonna work my way over to horizontal. Apoapsis is not quite out of the atmosphere, but it's pretty close. I'll go up to like 80. Alright, so right there should be good. And let me just have this open so I can deploy. Alright, bearing deployment. And I'm gonna go ahead and shut down all controls on the ARDs. Alright, we're out of the atmosphere, so we can unfold our solar panels and our antenna. And as we usually do, we will come around to this apoapsis. And at the apoapsis, we are going to circularize, which incredibly, we will still have fuel in our core stage. So almost a single stage orbit, if you don't count side boosters, but now this is going to be slow to turn over until we ditch some of these lower parts, which is going to be a little annoying, but what can you do? We could ditch them early, but I did squeeze the Delta V a little tight on this mission, so I don't want to ditch them super early. Alright, so 3, 2, 1, and commit circularization burn. Alright, that's probably good enough. Alright, so now, let's see, the MUN is there, so we want to burn around here. Actually, probably a little earlier than that. Probably like right here. It's actually catching it on the way back, which is not quite what I expected. What does this orbit look like? Oh, this is actually wrong way. Okay, so give me that next maneuver. Prograde? Oh, retrograde actually. That's probably good enough. We can refine later. Although actually, let's get it low. Get that nice horseshoe shape that we want. Yeah, it's probably good enough. Because what we're going for is this guy. You know, I did not check. Is this guy in a prograde or a retrograde orbit? You're actually in a retrograde orbit. Okay, good to know. So then, give me more prograde, please. Because we actually need to be coming in the other way. That's a little too low for my liking. And then our descending node will be, you know, negative 6.5 instead of like 170 something. Glad I checked that. Alright, so we will get lined up for this node. Taking a while to get lined up, but that's kind of expected. So the thing that was intended as our circularization stage is going to be our trans stage. The thing that's going to be our trans stage is going to be our lunar orbital insertion stage. I think that's the proper term. Alright, so getting slightly realigned for this burn. Right, and commence burn. Oh, there we go. and well, that's a low periapsis. Go for that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and warp us forward a little bit. See how much that throws things off. Not a lot. So I'm going to warp to like here. Huh, it didn't actually get thrown off that much. That's kind of shocking, honestly. See if it happens when we cross sphere of influence. No? Okay. So I think I am going to go for a lower orbit. Unless I can, ooh, can I get an encounter like right away? Nah, not quite. So, I think it's because I'm a little late to the periapsis. That's 19 by 21. That's probably good enough. Let's get lined up for that. A lot more maneuverable already. Alright, let's warp on ahead. Very slow warp. And I can hide the HUD for a second. I'm just taking random screenshots. I can hide the HUD for a second so that it looks nicer. Okay, well those screenshots are going to show up later and I'm just going to be like, why did I do this? And then remember that I'm an idiot. Alright, so we're still going to have a little bit of this stage, which is kind of insane. Yeah, I probably could have sped up a little bit through this, but oh well. Do. Camera being funky. Actually, let me just lock to retrograde for a second. I just don't want the periapsis dipping too low. Is that too low? So we shall see. I'm pretty sure the highest peaks on the Mun are like 10k, but I like playing it a little safe. And even then, I'm pretty sure they're like down here, but... Alright, so... we'll be reaching the descending node next. So at this descending node, I will burn anti-normal? Yeah, I got it right. And I'm going to try and keep it a little circular. I feel like that made it less circular, but oh well. Something like that. Alright, so we are aligned, so I'm going to quick save and warp to the burn. Do. and I love being in low orbits and just watching the celestial body just fly by. I mean, with the Mun, you don't like because I'm in a 20-kilometer orbit, you don't really get to see it, but oh. If this were something like I don't know, Moho, where the highest peaks are at like 5K, and I had like a 7K orbit, then yeah, you'd really get to see it. But regardless, I want to see, I mean, it's going to be on the dark side, but I want to see if I can just get an encounter straight away. And this is going to be tricky to get an encounter with, just because of how its orbit is shaped. I could probably sort of force it if I do something like this. It looks like I'll have to add an orbit on this side, which is kind of frustrating, but... can I do... Will retrograde help? Not really. Let's add another orbit. There we go. Okay, so that's close. I mean, that's really close. I mean, I could probably just stick with this and it'd be fine, but... Oh, can I get 0.0? Oh, all right, we are running into it. Yeah, 27 meters. I will take that. All right, so flying around the Mun. All right, just gonna do another quick save here. I'm gonna have this pulled up actually. All right, so I'm gonna SAS here. 33 is close enough. So what is our relative speed going to be here? 201. Ooh, that's actually quite a lot. So 201.4. How long would it take for us to burn that? So negative 201.4. 16 seconds. All right. So this is at 11:36. So I want to go to like 11. That works. And I want to be able to get to target retrograde. And of course we're pointing the complete opposite direction. But luckily our reactive wheels... Like our... sorry, I just had a stroke. Our reaction wheels are, you know, doing pretty good. Oh, I need to kill off velocity, like, now. I actually may have gone a little early on that. Alright, so I'm just going to let it come in a little bit closer. I'm also going to see if I can push that node just a tad. Yeah, something like that. Like 2 meters, holy cow. I mean, we are going to run into it, basically. I mean, this is going to take a little bit, but we just have to do a puff of the engine to stop our velocity. Gonna warp ahead just a little bit. Alright, I'm going to kill off our speed now, actually. Okay. Because what I want to do... may have actually gotten a little too close here. I'm gonna RCS. And I'm just gonna slightly push us... ooh, not that way. Slightly push us away. Because I think I may have gone a little too close here. I'm afraid of, like, knocking it and just, you know. Alright, so RCS off, and I want to point at target. Yeah, something like this. So go ahead and arm. I want to switch to this guy, because I don't think you can actually EVA from this. Oh, you can. Okay. Go ahead and do an EVA report. Just to make sure that you get the experience for it. And you are, of course, going to enter from the Mark II. Or why did I say it like that? The lander can. Alright, so I'm going to have you grab and board. And might as well take a crew report while I'm here. Keep that. And transfer you into the Mark II command pod there. And then I want to... this thing is armed, yes? Going to RCS, point at target. And go forward for me. Alright, is it going to grab? There we go. Okay, so we now have, we have obtained the scrap, and we have save this guy. Oh, he's a pilot! Okay, that's good to know. So now what I want to do is, for some reason we are now considered a space plane. That is not quite correct. So let me go ahead and rename the vessel. There we go. And I don't know if this works the same if you're coming from a retrograde orbit. So I'm going to break the Mun's orbit here. Okay, so it doesn't quite work the same. Also, 7 days, 2 days. So we would be going this way, I believe. Yeah. But I need to break it, like, over here, maybe? Or, since I'm going the other way, do I need to break it here? That's what it is. Okay. So, let's get this guy down to, like, not quite that low. I'm going to do from higher to lower. We're going to go like that. And we, of course, have an insane amount of delta V. Alright, so I'm going to quick save and warp to this burn. Alright, so let's warp slightly ahead. Oh, I passed the burn. I'm just going to burn anyways. Ooh, little low actually. A little bit of retrograde. Alright. Now I want to break out of this orbit. Yeah, so this debris is just going to float around for a little bit. Alright, and so I believe we're going towards the periapsis, yeah. So what I want to do, we're actually quite inclined here, but I want to go ahead and circularize. That's not quite circular, but better? I think about there is as good as it's going to get. Alright. Alright, hello, Kerbin. Oh, hang on, what was that? That looked strange. I guess we'll see it in a second on the way around, but I could have sworn I saw a comet tail, but it's right near where Erlem is, so it could just be Erlem's glow. May have just been Erlem's glow. Oh well. I was hoping we saw a comet tail, but you. Oh, there we go. That was strange. About, actually, about there. Alright, so, what do we want to target first? I mean, you're there, which is going to be quite tricky. We set you as target. You're in a 74 by 83. Oh, and you know what? Oh, yeah, no matter what, we're going to need. So, negative 8.2. Negative 8.2, you're in a 75 by 80. Oh, did not mean to do that. You're in a 82 by 89. You might be easier to go. So before I arrive at the ascending node, I would like to fix our inclination. Oh, that flipped very quickly. So probably about like there. It's as good as it's gonna get. Okay, so we got a minute and 7 to go. Of course, it has us pointed at target. I'm not quite sure why. Interesting. Is that our target? Oh no, that's Hadguns. That's one of the ones we're going for. I already forgot who we're targeting right now, honestly. Sorry, I'm just like after not playing for like 2 weeks. Wow, I don't know what happened to my voice there. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. You know, I forgot how good this game is, honestly. And how bad the sequel is. Oh my goodness. I saw, like, the graphics in the sequel are great. Don't get me wrong. Everything else is not. I mean, I think the sequel, I don't think they should have charged $50 for it, but I don't think that was the dev's choice. I think that was the publisher's choice. Welcome, pup. Yeah, I mean, I've talked great length about how, I just overburned. I was not paying attention. Well, let me just burn out the rest of the thing. Okay, how's our inclination? 0.1? And you go this way? I don't think I'm gonna fix it any more than, so, I'm targeting, who am I targeting? I don't know who I'm targeting. I'm targeting one of these craft right now. I think it showed me when I did this. Maybe not. Is it Hadguns we're targeting? No. Not this one either, so it must be the last one. Which is Burlo. Yeah. Not in 46 seconds, please. Actually, at the periapsis. Can I get an encounter? As long as my periapsis doesn't get too low. The answer so far is no. However, if I wait a few orbits, then the answer might be maybe. So, oh dear, how many orbits now am I gonna have to wait? Okay. You know what? We're gonna try Hadgun. Can I get an encounter with you faster? Yes. I probably still have to add an orbit, but at least it's one, not, you know, like 7 or what. No. I actually just missed an encounter with Hadgun. Okay, never mind. Okay, where was the last one? You. do not tell me I also just missed an encounter with that one. Nope. Alright, this is the one we're going for. And that open. So, can I move it any closer? Okay, so that's about as close as it's gonna get. It's minimum. Looks like it's gonna be probably normal, anti-normal, yeah. A little bit of radial. Oh, yep, that was it. Alright, so 0.0 kilometers, that's what we're going for. 1 second burn. I think we're gonna thrust limit this so that it's, more than 1 second. Okay, so now I will warp to this burn. Auto warp canceled. Why? Oh, because I accidentally hit warp to ascending node, I guess. Interesting. Alright, so warp slightly more ahead. Back there is our target over there. Alright, and I'm going to stability assist it now. 500 meters. 450. 400. 350. 300. 250. 200. Alright, 100. 90. 70. 40. 30. And 4 meters. Okay then. So when is that encounter going to be? Our speed difference is going to be 64, which should take like a puff to correct. So let's see, that is in 1044. I'll go 1024, and I want to be at target retrograde as soon as we get there. Alright, so I am going to go ahead and kill off relative velocity. Because it looks like it slightly threw us off. Alright. Now I want to burn at the target. Alright, and for these we don't need to be exact, we just need to park close to it, so. Alright, what do we have over there? Eve, Duna, Erlem, Moho. Oh, we got something over here. I saw Gilly for a second. Oh, we got some debris, like right there. Alright, so another 30 seconds until we get our closest approach. Alright. So I'm gonna go ahead and kill off our speed. Cool. Perfect. Alright, and I did forget to rename... Oh wait, no, I didn't have to rename the last one because we grabbed it. So let's rename this vessel to Debris. And then another pilot, okay. It's always good to get more pilots. Ugh, I love the music of this game. Alright, and then we are going to... I'm actually going to have you EVA again. Take an EVA report. And yeah, here we go. And then we are going to transfer you up to here. I could technically hold someone up here. That is a thing I could do. But it seems very dumb to do that. So I'm not gonna. Alright, so... Alright, unset that target. Alright, who are we going for next? Oh, we're actually like right above our rover almost. Yeah, we're passing like almost directly overhead. I mean, or, you know, slightly to the north of it, but our rover is down there somewhere. Neat. Yeah, I kind of see the mountains that I had to drive across. Anyways, now, who do we want to target next? Go for Hadgun. And let's say, at our periapsis. Is that our other target? Yes. So at our oh wait, that's their periapsis. Ooh, are we like almost matching orbits right now? Yeah, okay, that's a little frustrating. At our periapsis, we were to look to encounter, what would that look like? Not great. If we were to move this around, what would that look like? Still not great. What if we were to target Furlough first? And I believe you have the higher apoapsis. Yes, so... Nope, give me my maneuver. I think I'm just going to brute force this one, honestly. Oh boy, that's going to be a lot of orbits. Okay. That's pretty close right there. Oops, that is not... It's a little bit, so... Alright, 0.0 right there. This is a puff of the engine. I'm once again going to thrust limit this. Alright, and we'll warp to there. Oh my, I did not think about how much that was going to flash. I apologize. So that's our target. That is the debris that I think we just got rid of. Now, rather terrifyingly, we are burning right towards it. Yeah, that is actually kind of terrifying. We are burning right towards that debris. I'm gonna quick save here. I want to make sure that we don't, you know, just crash into that. That actually kind of ruined it. Let me flip the opposite direction real fast. Alright, I saw a 3 meter in there, but this is good enough. Alright, so our target retrograde is of course going to change, but I would like to warp. Where is that encounter? 1320. Let me also just that. Let's go for like 1250. Oh, hello. We zipped right by our target, which is interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna burn towards it just a little bit. There we go. Just wanted to make sure our hatch is pointed towards that. Alright, now we'll switch over to this guy. Now, interestingly, this is a Gemini pod but colored white. So we will rename the vessel Debris. And you're an engineer. Oh, interesting. We're actually having a bit of an eclipse right now. Alright, grab, EVA airport, and then dump it. And you're staying right there. So we are going to... Oh, I think it already unset the target. It must have. Okay. I mean, I don't think YouTube's compression is going to see this real well, but it's right there where we just came from. Anyways, I do want to see this eclipse. See if you can see it on the surface at all. Not really. Must have just passed. Ah, actually, you can sort of see it right there. Anyways, so now, this is our last target. Had Guns Pod. And you are in a 74 by 83 compared to our 89 by 82. So I'm actually going to need to burn retrograde for this. And I am going to probably brute force it a little bit. Alright, I absolutely cannot overburn this. We're going to have to wait like a million orbits, aren't we? Yep. Yep. So this was just timed rather unfortunately. Pin that open. Oop. Whoopsies. I prefer intercept 2 would be better. I'm going to keep them both pinned just to see which one falls first. Oh dear. They're kind of jumping all over the place now. Alright, I may have to do some radial stuff here. Radial this way, it looks like. Do I need to change the timing? Yeah, it looks like it's a timing thing, actually. Alright, our intersect jumped again, which is quite annoying. Oh, it's doing the jumpy thing. Hate when it does that. I mean, I basically just moved this to the other side of the planet now, but I digress. All right, there we go. And prograde. Actually, retrograde. Apparently neither. So I think that's as close as we're getting. We're passing. Oh, I thought that was passing us. So there's what we just picked up. And then I'm going to thrust limit this as well. Thrust limit it further. And I'm going to be on the map view because it's going to flash a little bit. That did not help at all, actually. Well, I tried to get rid of the flashing and then I made it worse. So, and all of a sudden, our burn time's like way worse. Let me unthrust limit this a little bit. Do. Strange. Anybody else notice that that didn't move for like quite a bit? My point retrograde. This feels really weird. I don't know why it did that. Strange. Oh well. I'm just gonna warp. Let's see, that's in 7 minutes, so let's warp to here. Alright, and then I'm going to this. Close enough. And I will pull the prograde. Something like that. And then I'm just gonna burn at the target. Oh, you know what? I just realized we're thrust limited. Whoopsies! See if I can push this a little more. There we go. I mean, I feel like we're gonna get slightly closer. That's saying that like this is our closest intercept. Time warp a little bit. Looks like that may actually be the case. Alright, so let's just match speeds. And I'm going to point at target once again. Alright, 400 meters. That's pretty good. Alright, it's about 5 minutes until that closest intercept. How's it looking? Another 3 minutes? All right. Actually, I could probably do something like this and push the retrograde. Yeah, that worked. All right. All right. And am I facing the right way? No. So face approximately like this, and then kill off our relative speed. Just like that. Switch over to here. Rename this as debris. All right, what are you? A pilot. I feel like we need more scientists. I don't know if we still need more scientists, but I distinctly. Oh, also there's a satellite passing like right near us. I say right near us. It's like a few kilometers, but fascinating. Um, I really like the distant object enhancement mod. If you can't tell. All right, grab. Nope, 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 nope. Go down and then grab on. All right, do me an EVA report. All right, so now point me retrograde. Um, and let's go for like I don't know, 40. Well, actually, I want to warp around to where I know I'm gonna land during the day. So warp to here. All right, let's warp slightly further, I guess. Actually, no, I'll just burn here. All right, so I went slightly lower than 40, but that's fine. So I'm gonna quick save here. Interesting that you can like see the edge of the atmosphere here. Not quite sure that's intended. Maybe it is, I'm not sure. But regardless, I want to warp ahead a little bit. All right, and then point me surface retrograde, but I actually want to do like this. And I'm gonna let this get out of the way a little bit and inflate. So I'm gonna physics warp a little bit. If it looks like we're kind of getting off kilter here, then I'll turn RCS on. Alright, and I have a lot of screen messages that I didn't even look at. Alright, so finally getting a little bit of heating. And I do want to be in true altitude. Yeah, so this actually may... Probably should have had something to like thrust us a little bit to get away from the heat shield. Yeah, new Twitter. Which I need to add as a link on the channel as well. Alright, so I'm going to wait until right when the parachutes are ready to deploy. Try this. Alright, 27, 26, 25, and jettison. I was slightly afraid of that. Oh boy. Can I get this to move sideways without destroying us? No. Well, this is fun. Well, once we hit a kilometer, we'll find out if this is gonna make us explode. It's gonna RCS us up away from it. There we go. Alright, so that's gonna hit the ground and theoretically explode. Maybe? Alright, will it explode? That is the question. It exploded. Alright, good. Alright, so now we can just carry this all the way down. Alright, I mean, hopefully this doesn't explode when we hit the ground. I mean, we're in a tree. Lovely. Alright, we've landed. And of course, since we're in the shadow of a tree, actually, I guess it's still saying it has direct sunlight. I don't know about that, bestie. Anyways, let's go ahead and recover this vessel. Alright, and I believe this is 4 contracts in one. If it'll load. Hello? There we go. So, barely any science learned. Got a little bit of funding back, but not a lot. All these guys have advanced to level 1. And yeah, it was 4 contracts. So we got quite a bit of money for that. We can recover these as well. Alright, so let's see what's available. Science data from space around Gilly. Okay. Well, we know that we're going to go back to Gilly. Save you from orbit of Minmus. Okay, I mean, that's another free Kerbal, so I guess I'll take it. I'll probably do that one between streams, though. So what do we want to do next? I mean, I'm tempted to warp ahead to this Plock window. The question is, do I think that like Figaro 3, right? Or the RTG version probably would be better. Do we think that that has enough delta V to get to block? The answer is, I don't know, maybe. So once you are in vacuum, you have no almost 5,000. You can probably do it. And it has all the science equipment just so I can get that kind of stuff. Now the real question is it going to have connection when we're out there? I guess we're going to find out. So I guess we could just launch this guy. And of course it's not going to have any crew, but I want to make sure that my action groups are correct. So custom 1, custom 2, custom 3. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to warp on head. Yeah, because we got literal years to do all these contracts. We'll warp a little faster than this. A lot faster, actually. Oh, that's flashing. I'm so sorry. Yeah, because we know we have about 2 days before this actual transfer window. Or 4 days. So do not delete on close. I'm going to keep the alarm there. But I'm just going to come here and... Oh, actually, it's going to be annoying. I need to refresh that. I need to grab the Figaro 8 RTG and launch this guy. Alright, so SAS on, get this opened up, full throttle, and let's launch. Do do do. Alright, booster separation is good. About there should be good. And we will, of course, physics warp on up. Deploy the fairing. And make sure that all these are deactivated. And we can, of course, extend our solar panels. I'm going to quick save here. And we are going to, of course, at the apoapsis, we are going to circularize. Oh, too much. Something about there is probably good. Do. All right, and burn. All right, overburned slightly, but not a big deal. Although we are kind of spinning now, but fine. All right, so now I want to show eject angle. We are there right now. So I want to add a maneuver right about there. And I want 2616.1 on the prograde. I want negative 467.6 on the normal. And then I want to close alarm details, and let's go ahead and just delete that alarm. I want to come out here and set block as our target. And we currently have no encounter, which is strange. So let's add, and we know that this is actually going to be in about 4 days, so let's just go ahead and add some time to our orbit. Now, interestingly, actually not close at all. It's also saying it's going to take 60 years, which doesn't seem correct. Really? That does not seem correct at all. Oh, it's showing us our next orbit. It's doing that stupid thing. And no, I want my immediate orbit, please. Oh, maybe that is the immediate. Is it really? Holy cow. I mean, you know what? I'd believe it. Okay. I mean, let's just do this. Oh, no, give me that maneuver. Thank you. Oh boy, that was too much. Way too much. Uh-oh, I don't know which way I need to move that. Radial, maybe? Try some radial. Oh, that was actually really close. Come on, give it to me. Okay, like that. And more prograde. Problem is, every time I'm adding prograde, it's getting further and further away. which is quite annoying. Uh-oh. Oh, I've thrown it completely off now. Can I get this to go? Ooh, that was really close. My brute forcing strategy is kind of working. If I do, the thing is, okay, let me do even less than that. Prograde? It's helping. Do a little bit of anti-normal now. Oh. Okay, let's do normal. That brought it back. That's actually moving it further away though. Yeah, it just seems like everything I'm doing is bringing it further away. Shoot. Okay. I may have to just accept that for now and then do a mid-course correction. I think that's just what I'm gonna have to do. I highly doubt the stock maneuver could do it. I mean, it thinks it can. Alright, so a bit of quick save there. I'm looking at this. Yeah, we have another Sarnis window, which is interesting. I mean, I may launch one of these RTG craft to Sarnis. Although this is... I mean, yeah, that's kind of an insane amount of delta V. But let me find a point to zoom in on and warp ahead. Alright, so we're now about a minute away from the burn. Alright. Alright, so now I'm gonna physics warp this, because this is a long burn. Alright, so do we even have... Oh man, we're not even close. I mean, it would have been better if we sort of, went for this one, because that's when it's a lot closer. But that's not what the transfer window planner gave us, so. I mean, these guys are going to be running hot. That's the thing. Like, it's to the point where I feel like I maybe should have radiator panels on this if we're going to be doing burns this long with nuclear engines. Something kind of like this. Okay. I just wanted to burn to there. And I want to get out of Kerbin's sphere of influence. So go to about here. We do have a Starness window in 8 days. Also, this debris is just going to go out in deep space, but that's fine. Alright, so at perigee, I just want to see if we can get an encounter back. So we're crossing... Yeah, we're crossing there. I'm going to pin this ascending node as well. I feel like that's sort of pushing us the wrong direction. It's really hard to tell. Ooh, actually. I mean, it's not close. Oh, actually, ooh. Holy cow, we got it. Alright, focus on Plock. Give me my maneuver. Like, minimum. Okay, 462. 7421. Okay, let's burn. I don't know which way I need to burn right now. Maybe radial, actually. You know what? 426? How much would this be to circularize? I'm sure it's an insane number. Or not circularize, but just to capture. Oopsies. I mean, that's getting into a low orbit, but what is that? 1180? Oh my goodness, we could circularize this at block. Holy cow. Okay. So, do that. Get lined up for that maneuver. I mean, I don't think we'll have a connection when we're out here, honestly, because it's, these are rated for 100 billion meters, and this is 619 billion meters. I don't think it's going to have a connection. I mean, even Sarnis is slightly too far away. But, who knows? So, we're going to go ahead and warp to there. Of course, we are just warping through deep space at this point. All right. About there. And we are going to be extremely far away. But it's the fact that we can capture. Not only can we capture, we can get close. How close do we want to get? I mean, how far up does Karen orbit? With 2.2 million? So, oops, not that close. We can get a Karen encounter. Not only that, but it's a gravity assist encounter. Oh, we're going for that. I mean, okay. Let's let's add the sphere of influence change and give me like 5 minutes warning. And then let's add the maneuver node alarm and give me another 5-minute warning. Those are going to be the last things on our list. And even that, little pass by a block, like just from entering the sphere of influence into the periapsis is like almost 20 days. It's kind of insane. There's Minmus over there. Urban, Minmus. Cool. Okay, well. Let's go back to the Space Center for a second. I want to see something. Sounds like it's nighttime at the Space Center. Indeed it is. So recover this debris. Get a little bit of funding back. How much more science did we need for this? 25, 50, 30, 100. Not that much. Then after that, that's when I'll do like this, patents licensing. I want to do 100%, but I don't know if that's going to be possible. I mean, you could do research rights sell out, but I could just do that every time. But once we get all the science, that's what I plan on doing. Anyways, I just want to see if there's any other contracts available. Yeah. Okay. So now what I want to look at is we have all this stuff. I want to go back to transfer window planner. I have no idea what to send to Sarnis. That's the thing. So, ooh, my. Yeah, travel time 60 something years. I should have seen that. But yeah, our next window isn't for basically, yeah. Let me extend this. It's actually wanting us to go even further. If I do like, give me 10 years. So interestingly, the delta V requirements are getting smaller. Oh, you know what? This is with an insertion burn. Let's see about no insertion burn. That's our best shot right there. So add that alarm. That's probably pretty late. Yeah, that's down here. But all right. What is this? This is going to Joule. This is going to Sarnis. So this transfer window arrive at year 6, day 304. Is that going to arrive like at the same time as this one? Fascinating. Okay. I mean, maybe I just send the RTG one. Oh, do we not have? Oh, we don't have a Moho window plotted. We should probably do that. And I do want an insertion burn, but I want my final orbit to be like 15 if possible. Actually, I'll do like 25. Sorry, I wanted that to be like 5 day 362. Like, I'll give myself a little time for that one. Add that to the alarm list. That's down here. Yeah, because Moho is very finicky. Yeah, beyond that, I might just go around checking if we have any science transfer real fast. Alright, so let's check our Curtis 3B. Alright, do you have science transfer? Ooh? Eh, not really. Did I ever add a ravioli detector to? I don't think I did. Well, I mean, I don't even know if that's worth at this point. Let me just see if I can add any more data here. No, okay. Uh, okay. Oh, I should have gone back to the tracking station. Now I have to do 2 loadings, but I mean, regardless, the stream's gonna end after I just check all these stations, but oh yeah, tracking station. Yeah, I mean, I just want to see if we can get like the science stuff pretty much done, which I really should be renaming these as stations. So let's just do that real fast. All right, you have science to transmit. You do. All right, so transmit your science, and in the process, I'm going to rename the vessel to a station. All right, and you are of course taking forever to upload your data. All right, cool. And then let's go back to the tracking station. Really quickly, can I rename this from here? I highly doubt. Info classification. No. Well, let me just, rename this one real fast. And we do have a couple of ground stations that I might also just rename to stations, but or actually I should probably just label those as bases. That would probably be a better classification. All right, so you, if I recall correctly, you were based on like a hex. Yeah. You're a station. All right. All right. So let's go to Minmus. I at least want to get these surface stations, or wow, that was just completely wrong. The orbiting stations out of the way. Alright, so this guy, was this the one that kept saying, like, oh, well, you are ready to transmit, okay. Alright, oh, I didn't know I had a EVA report up here. Rename vessel to be a station. Although, interesting, CurbNet access. Let's take a look at you real fast. Although you're going to be very, very limited in your view, aren't you? Yeah. What about you? You might not say that you have it. I mean, I don't think any of these are going to be great, but... Oh, I did not mean to place a waypoint. God dang it. Delete that. Yeah, it's very narrow in a view. Gosh, Midmas looks so good with Parallax. Alright, so it's another 500 data. I believe I can just jump directly to here. So switch to that. Alright, so take a look at you. Oh, your research is inactive because I did not put a probe core on here. Right. Which is frustrating because you have a lot of data. This is going to be a base. And I need to remember to send a scientist here. I might do that between streams. But regardless, I think this is where the stream is going to end. So, thank you all so much for watching. It has been a pleasure as always. I am going to continue streaming. Of course, please, please, please follow the Twitch. It is, if any delays in streams or stream postponings happen, that is where I will post updates. It's really going to be the easiest way that I can update you all. Twitch doesn't have any sort of Twitch doesn't have any sort of yeah, I said Twitter. But Twitch doesn't have any sort of like posting. So the Twitter is where I will update you all. So but yeah. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will I did say Twitch? Oh well. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.